Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the Texans franchise. We are finally at the draft, and this is going to be a really exciting one. I absolutely love the draft, and every offseason I'm looking forward to it. And this year we're going to have a blast because we have got 3 first rounders, 2 second rounders, no third rounders, but 2 fours and a couple fives, a few sixes and sevens. I think in total it's like 15 picks or something. So we are gonna make a difference here. We got the second rounder here for Laramie Tunsil. We got the first rounder for Deshaun Watson. We traded back last year from the second round. The San Francisco 49ers gave us a 1 this year. We've got the 2 sixes, 3 sevens, and then our regular slate of 7 picks next year. And we're gonna start this one off by highlighting all the interesting prospects. Ryan Springs, 23 years old, power rusher. He has been my favorite player. I did do a 100% scout on him. His talent says round 1, so he might be a reach at number 1 overall. But except for acceleration, his athleticism is really encouraging, and all his important ratings are A's or B's across the board. Like finesse moves is the only thing that might worry somebody, but it's a C. It's not like an F. And he is already an excellent power rusher, and he has B block shedding. And this is why I'm kind of leaning towards Ryan Springs, because he's the best edge rusher out there. Najee Mitchell is a round 2 to 3 talent. He is 21 years old, so a little bit younger. He has good acceleration. So that's the 2 advantages of his against Ryan Springs. But apart from that, he just doesn't set himself apart. He is not... I guess he's as good a pass rusher, just the other way around. He has C injury. He has a lot of B's across the board, but the round 2 to 3 grade does not encourage me to draft him. Kevin Golston is 22 years old. He had a really good combine, not a great one, not anything that screams that I have to take him. And he has D power moves and C block shedding. So right off the bat, he is already worse than the first 2 edge rushers we've seen as an edge rusher and as a run stopper. Gavin Howard, 22 years old. He is a power rusher out of Florida, round 1 projected. Not a great athlete. He has really great strength, but apart from that, it's not really all that exciting. The most ratings are kinda like, he looks good, but still doesn't look as good as Ryan Springs looks to me, just from the ratings. And then the next one down the board is Byron Redmond. He is a safety with 4.31 speed at the combine and 4.25 at the pro day. Elite speed, good acceleration, has A man coverage right off the bat, A play rec, A awareness, A hit power, and B tackling. So this guy already looks to me like the best player in this entire draft class, and I want to come away with him. Another edge rusher here, Spencer Noble. He looks like the athlete I want to draft. He has great strength, great acceleration, and good speed. And he is, to me, the only one that might be a contest to number 1, but then you look at the ratings, and it's like C's and D's across the board, and D injury, which is really scaring me. And the only thing he's really good at is finesse moves, and he's a one-trick pony, and I'm not gonna draft a one-trick pony at 1. Then we have Cliff Kitchen, 6'1", 185 deep threat receiver, elite acceleration, elite speed at 4.32 in the 40-yard dash at the combine. So he looks like an absolute weapon, physically speaking. But then he has D short route running, C medium route running, C release, C catch in traffic. He just doesn't look like anything special as a receiver. He is a pure deep threat. He has A deep route running and B catching, and that's about it. Another edge rusher. I like this guy. He is 21 years old, a speed rusher. He has elite acceleration, but did not participate in any combine or pro day drills. But he is not a top 5 player to me either, and he has D to F injury risk. He has D power moves and C block shedding, and that screams one trick pony to me. And he might be a good edge rusher, but not a number 1 overall. Jeremiah Gold, 21 years old, 6'6", 251, power rusher, very lengthy, but same athletic profile as Ryan Springs. Also marginal acceleration. He looks to have good strength and speed, but might be also a little bit more injury prone. He's not as good a run stopper or as good a finesse rusher. And just, yeah, he just doesn't have the ratings compared to Ryan Springs. Another edge rusher, Martin Holcomb, 6'5", 262, 22 years old. He is somebody that has the athletic profile I would like, and also a good bench press here. 29 reps at 257 looks pretty good, but probably injury prone. Looks like not like a one trick pony, but also not as good. And just B awareness and C play rec. He just doesn't have the overall. This is somebody that I was really excited about. Brandon Burks. He has great excel, good speed, and elite strength. He looks like a really great prospect. And he has 4.65 speed and 37 bench reps. This is somebody that I was really excited when I saw him, but he has D to F injury. So he's not really an answer for me either. He looks really good, and I know he's going to be like 74, 75 overall, but doesn't look like it. And then this is the player I am most excited about. 21 years old, 6'6", 274, pass rusher, power rusher, out of Oklahoma, Matthew Starks. And I just knew when I saw his profile, he is good. He has good acceleration, he has great speed, and elite strength as an edge rusher. 34 bench reps, and 36 even at the pro day. And he has, A awareness and B play rec, so you know he has a great overall. He has B power moves, C block shedding, D finesse moves. He's not a first round caliber finished product, but he has A injury, A tackling, and all the other intangibles. You just know he's going to be good. He just doesn't have the pass rush to like right now. Then we're getting into the second to third round now with Starks, and now this receiver, Jason Young, looks kind of exciting to me. He's just not a great route runner, but he has upside as a run blocker. He has a spec catch, and he might have good release and catch in traffic. Another player I'm really excited about is Diego Cordova, 6'6", 21 years old, tight end out of Stanford. And you just know this guy's going to be good. Elite acceleration, great speed, and great strength. You just know with that combo, that athleticism, 21 years old, so many A's and B's across the board. You just know he's going to be good. D to F injury scares me, but this is not the first round anymore. This is a second round player, projected right now. And I'm willing to take a injury prone player that is surely a first round talent in the second round. Caleb Burgess, elite acceleration and elite speed at safety, 4.44 40, 4.39 even at the pro day. Looks really good to me, and has a definitive round 1 to 2 talents. And you know he's going to be good. He's lots of C's, but he has also a few A's in there. Catching, pursuit, block shedding, and hit power. So you know that there's something there. A lot of players in the first 3 rounds that I really like. And we have the number 1 overall selection. And I just talked a lot about edge rushers. And there's just nobody that I've seen that might be as good as Ryan Springs. He has 23 years old, like as a negative, and also the bad acceleration. But I am kind of willing to take the shot. You know he's going to be good. He's the number 1 prospect on the board. There's an offer that you might consider here, but not really. This is just 2 first rounders. it would need to be 3 first rounders for me to consider this. This is way too far to fall. And if you want the good guys, the edge rushers, the really good ones, I don't think they are in this draft class, and I'm willing to take this guy. Ryan Springs, 6'3", 258, 23 years old. In the end, you know he's going to be good. He's going to be a 74, 75, maybe even 76 overall player. You know that he's probably going to be a top 10 player. You know he's probably going to have hidden dev, and that is also a more than super important factor to consider here, because he's the number 1 player on the board. If he has normal dev, I'm going to be so disappointed. And also, there might be a chance that this guy is just like tied with a lot of players for like the 3rd best player in the draft, and that's why I take the chance on him. And he has hidden dev, and the acceleration is not as bad as I thought it would be. 84, I can more than enough live with that. This is good enough. He has also 83 strength. So the athletic profile is good enough for me. It's just not, he's Nick Bosa. He just doesn't have the first step. He can't threaten around the edge as much, but you know he has a good pass rush tool set. And then after that, a couple of edge rushers go right here. Kevin Golston, Najee Mitchell, both of whom I suspect to be pretty major busts. Then we have the Bears taking a quarterback. Is this the end of Justin Fields in Chicago? Is this the end of Justin Fields? Rick Richter is going to Illinois here, right out of South Dakota State. And then we have the first corner off the board to the Patriots, Enrique Barden. Didn't scout a lot of corners. I might have had a couple eyes on like a couple late first, early second round guys. Gavin Howard, he looked like a solid edge rusher, just not a top 5 pick to me. He just didn't have the letter grades that were standing out to me. And there we are at 7, and this pick was already decided like months and months ago. Byron Redmond, 6'1", 197, 21 years old. Good acceleration and elite speed at strong safety. Flat out 4.3 speed. This is what I want. And with those letter grades, you just know he's got to be the best player in this draft. He's not generational by any stretch of the imagination, but with those letter grades, you just know he's good. So many A's, and especially in the awareness and play rec categories, which is always a good indicator for high overall. And he has also A hit power, B block shedding. He's gonna be a force to be reckoned with in the run game, and he has A man coverage and C zone. And he has hidden dev as well. Welcome, Byron Redmond, to Houston. We get the Louisville kid at 21 years old to Houston, Texas. And I am excited about this one. 91 acceleration and 94 speed, also 93 agility. So this guy can run and he can change directions. And now we got one pick for the Giants here. And they are going with another quarterback, Britton Fowler. So they are going to be putting this guy on the bench because they signed Tom Brady. And now we're on the clock again. Number 9. I knew what I was going to do. There was a receiver you can consider at the spot in Cliff Kitchens, but there is no edge rushers here that I really liked. All of the edge rushers I liked were like late first, early second round at best. Diego Cordova was an early second round pick. And this is why I took this deal. Get an extra first round pick, trade down 12 spots, and get some value out of this one, and maybe take another edge rusher at 21. This was the plan, and the Eagles are going to go with Cliff Kitchens, the clear-cut best guy on the board. I think he's going to be good. But we just traded away Brandon Cooks, and for the same reasons we could not use Cliff Kitchens properly in this offense. And that is why I decided not to take him. Martin Holcomb goes there at 10. Luke Boyle goes at 11 very early. Did not think that that would happen, but I liked him. He just, yeah, that's too early for me. Spencer Noble was somebody that I liked, but he didn't have the letter grades in my opinion. And then Nick Flynn, a corner to the Falcons. I like this guy. I got 2 top 3 picks spent at corner in the last 2 drafts. I'm not gonna take another corner in the first round. Are you kidding me? A safety to the Jets, a linebacker to the Chiefs. Both of them solid players. We just spent the first round pick on a safety, and I already know who I want to take later. Calvin Weaver also looked pretty solid. This corner class looked really solid too. If you needed a corner, I think these players are better than the edge rushers in this draft class. The best linebacker, in my opinion, goes to the Raiders, and then the Titans take Theo Coolidge, a quarterback. And by the way, we are a quarterback needy team, but all of these quarterbacks that just went, to me, looked like busts. I didn't even scout them beyond 50% because I already knew that they weren't great. The best running back in the class goes to the Rams, and then Brandon Burks goes 1 pick ahead of ours, and I really liked Brandon Burks. So there he goes. And now what do? You're at 21. You have a few options right now. You have Max Sharper, a generational looking center prospect. Not generational in the sense of he's going to be 85 overall, but he has really good athleticism, and you just know this kid is going to be good. He's not going to be elite because you know there's some weaknesses there with the pass block finesse, and run block finesse. So that's not A's across the board. But you know this kid is going to be like a 76 overall or something. Then Jeremiah Gold is somebody that still was there. Talked about him earlier already. Really lengthy kid, but he also has the same athletic profile here with the marginal acceleration that doesn't look great. So he's kind of the same guy as Ryan Springs, only even worse as a pass rusher. Worse as a run stopper. Just doesn't have the letter grades that Ryan Springs had. And then a corner I really liked is Tyler Kirkland. 5'10", 198. He has great acceleration and solid speed. So this is probably like 93 acceleration and 90 speed or something. And he has B press, A to C man, and C zone, and also B to D catching. So, you know, there is something there. He's not like a early first round prospect, but you know he's good. He's a late first rounder worth at least. And then Brian Roberts, 5'11", 21 years old, out of Virginia. Really like this kid too, and he has the elite speed and acceleration. When I saw that combo, I knew he was going to be good. I saw that athleticism combo on the first day of the season. And he has B press and B catching. And those are the 2 toughest ratings to get up for corners. But I can't do it. I can't draft another first round corner. It's just not worth it. And there's a chance here to pick up a future first round pick. Fall down to the late second round, and then we have our number 33 overall pick as the next one coming up. And yeah, if Brandon Burks would have been there, that's something that I would have considered, but he went 1 pick ahead of us and goes to the Buccaneers. So that's why I traded out there. I just didn't think there was anybody there that helps us in a big way. And yeah, the center is good, but we've got 5 offensive line. We're set for 3 years or something. And the Ravens straight up to get a linebacker. The Colts get a receiver that we're going to take a look at. Thought he was a bust, but we'll see. And then Tyler Kirkland, he goes to the Chargers. So he goes from Berkeley to LA. And then the Bills take Kevin Reiner. All those tackles in the draft, they all looked so bad. And that is why I took 2 tackles in free agency, the 2 best ones at that. And then Brian Roberts goes to Washington. The corner out of Virginia goes to DC. Love the story. And he's going to be really good. I just know it. And then another corner that I liked, Ricardo Alston, goes to Denver. He looked really solid too. And then Pittsburgh takes the center. Max Sharper goes to the Steel City. And then the Packers are on the board, and they are going to take, let's see, a running back. Wow, that is such a Packer pick, and not even the best one. The best one was Devontae Verdon, and he was the only one I would have considered in the first round, just from a value, just from how good they are. And then a tackle that really is overrated by so much, in my opinion, goes to Cincinnati. And then Jeremiah Gold goes to Dallas. He is the one with the bad athleticism, or the bad first step, I guess. And then the Ravens are on the clock again. They take a corner out of TCU, DeAndre Hayden. I completely slept on him. He turned out to be pretty solid, but we'll take a look at him later. And then the Super Bowl winning Panthers are going to take a receiver, Devontae Veal, who is a deep threat with lots of speed. And we are on the clock again at 33. And I already knew what I was going to do with this pick. Rather, I didn't know. I just knew I was not going to trade it away because I had two players that I really liked, and I could not afford to miss out. Matthew Starks is one of them. We have elite strength, great speed, good acceleration. This kid is 21 years old. He has B power moves. He has A awareness, B play rec, A to B pursuit, A tackling, A injury. There is just no weaknesses to this kid except finesse moves and maybe block shedding. But you can work on those two. He's just kind of a raw prospect right now. And the other one, Diego Cordova, 21 years old, 6'6", 239. He just looks like, Kyle Pitts. Just the 40-yard dash was completely disappointing. But he has elite acceleration and great speed, so I still counted on that. And great strength. So he might even have a good upside as a run blocker. And his letter grades set that too. B run blocking, and where's the pass block? I can't seem to find it. B pass block. So both of them Bs. And he has A catching, A deep route running. You just know this kid is going to be good. And I decided to go with the tight end first because we already picked an edge rusher. And this is just a positional thing. We do not have a great tight end right now. Brevin Jordan is just like an average option. And I decided to go with Cordova because you know this kid is going to be good, and he has 91 excel but only 83 speed and only normal dev. Was kind of disappointed at first, but he's 21 years old. He has 85 jumping, and for somebody that's 6'6", his change of direction and agility are not that bad. And because I did not want to miss out on Matthew Starks at all, I did not want to risk it one bit. I immediately traded up again with the Lions. We move up 12 spots. We give up a mid-round pick, and the deal is done. It's a 4th rounder going to the Lions along with our 2nd rounder. That actually wasn't ever ours. I think it was the Jets one we got for Laramie Tunsil. And I'm going to pick Matthew Starks right here. 6'6", 274, 21 years old with 4.69 speed and 34 bench reps. This kid has elite athleticism. He is the athleticism guy I want to take at 1. And Ryan Springs is the letter grades guy I want to take at 1. But Matthew Starks still is going to be a great pass rusher. I am sure of it. With all those grades, I have no doubt in my mind, and he's not injury prone at all. As opposed to all those other edge rushers that we could have picked. And his B power moves already gives him an upside on day 1. Let's draft him. Hidden dev, 90 strength, 84 acceleration, 83 speed. So in the end, he's not even as fast as Ryan, or he's a little bit faster. He has the same acceleration rating, little bit better speed, but he has 90 strength. He is the athlete I want to get. And now we don't have a pick until the end of the second round. And I still had a couple guys on my board that I still wanted to get. Another tackle that's horrible goes here. Then a receiver I kind of thought was a bust. Another running back going off the board. Lots of players that I was not interested in at all. Evan Williams didn't look great to me. And then a linebacker, Dan Jarrett. He looked also like a really good linebacker option next to Tremaine Matlock. A guard, this is somebody that I would have been interested in if we needed O-line. Spencer Lucas looked really good. Marcus Roby, on the other hand, not really. Miguel Torres, I was pretty sure that he was a bust. And he goes to the Vikings. So I think the Vikings now took a defensive tackle and an edge rusher that I was really low on. Then a tight end to the Dolphins that I wasn't really all that high on. A safety that I thought was kind of a bust. When I looked at this draft class in total, I thought that there were a lot of players that looked worse than their projection on the board. Marcus Booker is one of them too. Was not high on him at all. Terrell Sandridge, was interested in him a little bit. But after I decided I'm not going to take a first round corner, I also decided not going to take a second round corner either. I have my top two corners. There is no reason to spend another high pick on them. Maybe get a backup later. That was my idea moving forward. And there is lots of safeties going off the board right now, and all of them I was not really high on. I was really disappointed to see Nick Bayless go because I knew that he was going to be good. He had really good grades. And but I already have 3 linebackers. 2 of them I drafted last year, and Jamie Cantu. And what's his name? Our middle linebacker with forgot his name. With the breakout in the last week of last season. And there goes Jason Young, a receiver I really liked. And then also we have our third linebacker is Christian Harris, who we drafted 2 years ago. I didn't do that, but yeah. So there was really no reason to draft a linebacker here in the second round. This year again, a high pick. But Jose Long is the second linebacker that I really liked. Him and Nick Bayless, those were the 2 linebackers I really liked. And then I decided, okay, if I want my other kid, I gotta trade up here. And when we move up 8 spots, we sacrifice another 4th rounder. And I get that this may have been a little bit of a steeper price, but I had the draft capital in the later rounds to move up in the early rounds. And I needed to do that because I want to get my guys. I thought this whole draft class was kind of disappointing. Overall, there were a lot of players I wasn't interested in, but there were a few that I was really interested in. Like the opposites were really, the discrepancy was really high for me. And Caleb Burgess was somebody that I really wanted to get. Elite Excel and Elite Speed and Elite Strength. So he is the first ranked safety in 40-yard dash, bench press, and 3-cone drill. And what more could you want? Might be kind of raw from the letter grades. He's a lot of C's, but he has a few A's in there too. And I'm really excited to get this kid. And that is why I moved up to get him. 8 spots to get him at 55. And he has hidden dev, 94 acceleration, and 93 speed. Also 90 agility. This kid looks really good. And he is big enough to even play linebacker. He's 6 foot 223. That is bigger than Devin Bush. Christian Brewer, by the way, and Andrew Phillips. Both of those guys that just went. This is at the end of the 3rd round now. I skipped a lot here. But both of those guys that we just saw, I really liked. Brewer as a guard and Andrew Phillips as a corner. I thought that Phillips was one of the best guys to get. And since I traded away all of our 4th round picks, I decided to just simulate the rest of the draft till the 5th round. And I knew I wanted to get this kid. Matthew Thierry, 4.34 speed, elite acceleration, and great speed. He has solid strength even. He's 6'1", 208. He has B medium route running, B deep route running, possibly good short route running as well. He has B release. So that's all 4 ratings that are really difficult to upgrade. His catch in traffic is pretty ugly, but he has 94 speed, he has 94 acceleration, 92 agility, 89 change of direction. It's a really good route runner, and we draft him out of Houston to Houston. And for those of you that watch my Lions franchise, yeah, you know that name, right? Matthew Thierry. He's got to be the brother of Lindell Thierry, Lions legend. And then a few picks later, 11 picks later to be exact, I had another pick. So we had a lot of late round picks here. And I decided to go with a linebacker here, Nick Abbott. He's a pass coverage archetype, which is kind of special. He has elite acceleration and great speed, so he's a great athlete. And also has A zone coverage and B man coverage. And that was really interesting to me. Like, all of his other ratings don't look all that great. B awareness kind of hints at maybe high overall. So I draft him. He's normal dev. He has 90 XL, 85 speed. This is a 5th round pick. This is a backup linebacker. There is nothing to complain about here, in my opinion. And I am okay with this pick. This is not crazy good value or anything, but I know this kid is going to be a solid backup sub linebacker. And then in the next on the next pick, I decided to take Colby Nicholson. He has really good athleticism for an offensive lineman in the 5th round. Like, this kind of athleticism, usually you don't even get in the 1st round for a lineman, and he is in the 5th round. And I make the pick. He has normal dev, but his athleticism is really good for somebody in the 5th round. A guard in the 5th round, really excited about him. Still, right now, probably somewhere in the 60s with overall. And then I decided I need to trade up again. There was still somebody else to get, and I had too many picks. I can't make 15 picks, man. So I decided to move up by 30 spots and give up a 7th rounder here to move up to that's almost the end of the 1st round, or kind of 2/3 the way in the 5th round. And I wanted to get my guy, a 5th round corner, Avery Saunders, 23 years old, 6'3". He is the backup to my 2 top corners, and he has legit 4.4 speed. That is probably something like 89 XL and 92 speed or something. And he has B, press, and C zone. This is something to work with. Like, you can get better here, and I nailed the athleticism. Are you kidding me? I just knew the athleticism was going to be something like this. And I am so excited about Avery Saunders. He is a really good option. Like, he's a backup corner. We're not going to act like this guy is like a 76 overall or something. And then something happened that I really did not expect. I really wanted to get Clayton Forbes, but somehow the Jacksonville Jaguars take him away in the 6th round, 3 picks before mine. I was really sad when that happened, because Clayton Forbes was the last guy I wanted to really get. This was the last guy on my list, on my shopping list here, and I didn't get him. This was the one miss on this draft for me, like during the draft, before I see the results in the end. This was the one miss. I already knew Forbes was going to be good. Like, this guy was going to be a good running back, no matter what. And so I decided with my next pick to take a defensive tackle that looked kind of solid. He's got 89 strength. His athleticism is kind of average, but this is a 6th round pick. What do you expect? This is a backup defensive tackle. We need some depth there. And then I decided to still take a shot at another running back. I wasn't as excited about this guy, but at least he has solid XL and solid speed, so that's probably like 89 and 89 or something. And I thought that those letter grades were kind of interesting. He had A to C spin move, but C to F juke, kind of weird. And almost nailed the athleticism again. Normal dev, nothing special. This is a backup running back. Not going to act like he's anything crazy, but we got to get some running backs in the building. And then with our 7th round pick, with our own 7th round pick, I decided I'm just going to trade out here. I don't need all these picks. Let's put some of them into the future and trade them to a team that might not be all that great next year. And that's the Miami Dolphins. And that's why I did that one. Trade this one away. But overall, from those late round picks, I was really excited about Avery Saunders because that beat Press. I just knew Press is just so hard to upgrade with the upgrades. And yeah. Sharif Devine is a tight end that I decided to select because of his elite strength. A pass block, A run block finesse, A run block power, A to C run block power. You just know this guy's going to be a good blocker. And I guess he has even 84 acceleration, which is not horrible. 64 speed is, though. So, yeah, not great. But this was the draft. And I was really excited about it. And Ryan Springs is a 76 overall. Made the right decision at number 1 overall. He was not the highest overall player in this draft. I can tell you that much right now. But right off the bat, 82 power moves, 74 block shedding. And you just know he's going to be a solid player right off the bat. You can start him on day 1. Byron Redmond, hidden dev, 79 overall. And he is the best in this entire draft class if you take out the running backs. He's number 2 overall player in this entire draft class. And 82 man coverage, 83 hit power. Yeah, nailed this one. First 2 picks, nailed him. Diego Cordova, 74 overall, normal dev. I thought he was going to be a little bit better than that. He has only 83 speed. That is something that I was really shocked with. I thought this guy would have like 88 or 90 even. But apparently, not really. In the end though, he has 85 injury with his injury rating. That is not as bad as it could have been. Matthew Starks, 75 overall in the second round, hidden dev. And he already has 74 power moves, 71 block shedding, and 90 strength, 81 tackling, and he has 97 injury. He's probably never going to be injured. Even 81 hit power right off the bat. Yeah, completely nailed this one. 72 overall for Caleb Burgess, hidden dev. Really solid pick there too in the second round. 93 speed. He's got 73 zone. The man coverage is kind of not up there, but 85 hit power. And he's not injury prone. His catching rating looks really good at like 76 or something. And then our 5th round pick, Matthew Thierry, 72 overall. He's 6'1", 208. He has great athleticism. He's a really good route runner off the board. 75, 78, and 77. His catching rating is good, but catching traffic and spec catch need some work, obviously. And he even has a little bit of juking ability there. And then we have Nick Abbott, 64 overall. That was a major reach. Even in the 5th round, that was really not all that necessary. I thought the zone coverage was going to be a lot better. But I just realized that he even has 60 finesse moves. So he can be 62 block shedding, 64 zone coverage. He can be a little bit of everything at linebacker and can be a backup to like everything. And then Colby Nicholson, 67 overall guard in the 5th round. More than happy with that. Pass pro, not great, but the run blocking looks to be okay to start off with. Avery Saunders, 66 overall. He is exactly what I thought he would be, and I'm really happy to have made this pick. He has good athleticism, 71 press. His zone coverage is acceptable as a rookie. You need to work on it. I think by year 2 he can be in the 70s. Maybe you get up that man coverage a little bit more. And this guy looks like a really solid number 3 or 4 corner. Elijah Blaylock, he was the guy I picked because I missed out on the running back. 65 overall, 89 strength. I mean, I guess he has 72 power moves. There's something there. He can be a backup pass rush defensive tackle. He's never going to be a great run stopper, probably. He's a backup defensive tackle, and I don't think he's ever going to be more than that. Sean Ward, should not have picked him, 63 overall. I really wanted to get a running back, and I missed out on my guy. And I thought, okay, this guy's athletic profile looks kind of interesting. Let's take a shot here. Shouldn't have done it, but I guess he's gonna get a chance in preseason. Maybe like a couple quarters or something. And then the last pick, yeah, well, I should have traded this one away as well. Sharif Divine. I mean, okay, he has 66 run block, and that's all there is. He's a good run blocker, and he's not a liability in pass pro either. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We're gonna look at the rest of the league. Kevin Golston, 75 overall. He was better than I expected, but he's not as good of an athlete as Ryan Springs, and Ryan Springs is not even a great athlete. He's a one-trick pony right now, and that's not gonna change anytime soon. Najee Mitchell, 72 overall. This is not a top 5 player, a top 5 draft pick. This is a late first round pick at best, maybe a second round pick. This guy, yeah, he's just flashy. He looks flashy, but he's nothing special. And number 4 overall pick, Rick Richter, 71 overall. He's a bust, and I knew it. And he's a pocket passer. He doesn't even have a speed upside or anything. Number 5 overall, Enrique Barden. Looks really solid. The press is kind of concerning. This is the reason that I didn't even take a second look at him. I knew he was going to be not horrible, but I also knew he wasn't going to have great press, and I like to play with press in this game. Gavin Howard. He is one of 3 or 4 linebackers that I actually considered. 79 power move, 72 block shedding. He's fine, but Ryan Springs still is a better player. Another quarterback, 74 overall. That is not as horrible as I thought, but the accuracies are awful. Like, this to me screams bust too. Like, those accuracies are just bad. Cliff Kitchens, 76 overall. You just know he was going to be good, but he's a pure deep threat, and even his release is not that great. So yeah, I'm happy with what I got with Matthew Terry. Doesn't have the same kind of speed, but close, and I just had to spend a 5th round pick on Thierry. Martin Holcomb, yeah, 74 overall, better than I expected, but a one-trick pony right now. Doesn't have the run stopping upside, and can only be a good finesse rusher right now. Luke Boyle, hidden dev, 74 overall. He looked good, and but he's also kind of a one-trick pony. So not excited about him. Spencer Noble, 75 overall. This was the only other guy that I actually considered for like a top 5 pick. And I think I was right to not take him. He is a one-trick pony too. He doesn't have the run stopping right now. And Ryan Springs is just the best pass rusher in this draft class, even though his acceleration is not great. Nick Flynn, even better than I imagined. This guy looks really good. Calvin Weaver, 76 overall. Great athleticism, 76 press, 77 zone coverage. Yeah, the Jaguars have a good one, and we're gonna face him. And then we've got a hidden dev quarterback, 75 overall. I completely misjudged this guy. Did not think he was gonna be good enough. He has a little bit of mobility, but still, this is not a player I take in the first round as a quarterback. I'm still not convinced this guy's great. Devontae Burden. He is the number 1 player in this draft class. And yeah, don't have to talk a lot about it. He's awesome. Brandon Burks went 1 pick before me. Yeah, he's going to be good. Like, this guy is going to be great. Right now, he looks kind of... Yeah, he's kind of raw right now, but you know that the athleticism is there to pull him up. And then Jared Patton. This is a guy we are going to face twice a season. 75 overall receiver. Good athleticism. Perfect slot receiver. Has even good catching ratings. And then my favorite corner, or my second favorite corner here, Tyler Kirkland. Good athleticism. 71 press, 72 man, 68 zone. This is a late first round corner. He looks like it too, and I'm excited about this guy. But I'm even more excited about this guy, Brian Roberts, out of Virginia. He has the elite athleticism that I look for at corner, and all his 3 important coverage ratings are in the 70s. So look out for Brian Roberts. And then Jeremiah Gold, he was the other guy with the bad acceleration. And yeah, he's just not as good a pass rusher as Ryan Springs is. It's as simple as that. 73 overall says it all. And then Dan Jarrett. This is a complete miss by me. I thought like he looked solid. He did not look like a 76 overall linebacker, and he is one. His athleticism is so bad though. I wouldn't have taken him even if I knew he was going to be 76 overall. And then somebody else I completely misjudged is Marcus Booker. The Falcons just got 2 elite draft prospects in the draft in the 1st and 2nd round. And yeah, look out for them. Nick Bayless. This is the type of linebacker I want to see. Like, good athleticism, 72 zone coverage, but also not a liability in run defense. Looks really good to me. Jason Young, 74 overall receiver, big body type. He's kind of the Mike Evans replacement here in Tampa Bay. Good athleticism for his size. Not a good route runner, but we knew that going in. And this is the Heisman, Bobby Andrews, a 3rd round pick. Yeah, no clue why this guy is a Heisman winner. Like, this is not even great. This is 71 overall. He's not even a great route runner or a great receiver. Like a physical, doesn't even have all those great hands. And then the Falcons came back to take a defensive tackle away from me that I also liked. 97 strength. Yeah, this guy's gonna be destroying lines. Another linebacker that I liked, but he didn't have the athleticism, kind of. Like, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. But he has 74 zone coverage. Are you kidding me? And now my favorite corner, Andrew Phillips. Not favorite in the sense of I thought he was going to be the best. Favorite in the sense of this guy's like a 4th round pick. And compared to how much I have to spend on him, this is the best corner. Because you don't have to spend anything on him. Still a 72 overall or something. Great press rating. Looks great. And the Cardinals get Sherrod Holmes. Never talked about him, but I like the route running from him. Kind of excited about this guy. And then the Lions get David McCune, and this is the speediest guy in the class. He had the fastest 40, I think, and but also, like, this guy's a pure deep threat. And then Brandon Clinton is another receiver I really liked, but also a pure deep threat. He's just never going to be anything more than that. His route runnings are, I mean, they're not horrible. You can pull those up, but that's going to be just so tough. And yeah, Clayton Forbes, 6th round pick, 69 overall, and you just know he's going to be great. He has all those ratings in the 70s and 80s. He does not have a single weakness in his game as a running back. Maybe he's not great at catching the ball, but apart from that, he can do it all. And he just goes to our division rivals. Then we have Daniel Godfrey. Actually, this is the fastest guy in the class. I completely forgot about him. I thought it was McCune, but no, this is the fastest guy. And yeah, pure deep threat here as well. Let's look at our divisional rivals draft classes. I already talked about Jared Patton. We're going to see him twice this season. They also take a linebacker that I liked, Jose Long, in the 2nd round. They take a linebacker that I also liked in the 3rd round, and Terry Foster, but he turned out to be a bust. And then they take a running back, nothing special, an overrated tackle, and Godspeed receiver in the 6th round. Yeah, so they have kind of an average draft class, I'd say. The Jacksonville Jaguars, though, they, in my opinion, they killed it. They got an elite corner in the 1st round. They got a really good safety in the 2nd round, even better than we got. It doesn't even matter that they kind of wasted the next 2 picks, but then they come back in the 5th round. They take a 71 overall defensive tackle that really looked not bad at all. And then they take away the one running back that I really, really wanted. yeah, they killed it, in my opinion. And then the Titans, they kill it even more. They get their franchise quarterback. They get their franchise middle linebacker. So the two, like the field generals on the field, they get them. Then they get the number 2 center in the class, Joey Young, looked really good. And it doesn't even matter, but there's a lot of good depth pieces. Like, they didn't draft like a single 61 overall. They just continue to make solid picks. And then we're gonna look at a few other draft classes around the league. The Buccaneers, in my opinion, also killed it. They got the linebacker, the edge rusher I liked. Then they get Jason Young, I really liked him too. And then they get a really good linebacker that I completely whiffed on. I did not think that this guy was gonna be any good. And they continue to make some solid backup type picks. And they have a really solid draft class there. The Falcons. I think this is, apart from our draft class, this is the best one. They get Nick Flynn in the first, Marcus Booker in the second, and Adrian Tate in the third. They upgraded their pass rush and their run defense by so much just with those first 3 picks. They come back, draft a kind of average receiver, nothing special, an average guard, nothing special, and yeah, the rest of the draft was just nothing crazy. But those first 3 picks, they made them count. And then also the Panthers, they had the number 32 overall pick in every round, and they killed it in my opinion. They got a great receiver with some awesome speed. They got a running back that looked pretty solid. They got my corner that for me the highest, lowest amount to pay and highest reward corner in my opinion. And it just doesn't even matter that they the rest of the draft is nothing special. But they got the 3 guys that are really exciting to me. And now that we're done with the draft recap, we're gonna sign some players. And you already know this guy. I got him on the UDFA list last year. I liked him. I'm bringing him back. And now we have 4 running backs with Pierce, Johnson, Sean Ward, the kid I drafted, and now Terrell Way is back. And then you already know this guy as well. Same deal here, Terrell Ridley, like his skill set. He's gonna come back. He's gonna compete just like Gary Gordon. Both of those guys were UDFAs last year, and I like them. I'm gonna bring him back, and we're gonna see how this thing's gonna go. A really crowded receiver room with that now, but I'm really excited about preseason and testing those guys out. And then I also am gonna be bringing in Matthew Dunlap. He's a pure deep threat, but he's like 6'1", 6'1", 185. Yeah, the exact profile of Cliff Kitchens, just with a little less speed and a little less release. And I'm excited about what he can do. Maybe we'll see him in preseason. Then I'm gonna get a defensive tackle. This guy, he's listed as an edge rusher right now, but he's a defensive tackle. He has 91 strength. He's 320. I have no idea why he's listed as an edge rusher, but I'm excited about his athleticism. And the same goes here for Trevor Dunlap, 89 strength and 84 acceleration. This guy is also a defensive tackle, but he has 72 power moves and 71 block shedding. So he's a one-trick pony in the pass rush, but he's not a one-trick pony overall. And that is why I want to see him play a little bit in preseason. And then we're gonna take a look at a free safety that I completely did not see at all. Warren Cates, he has 90 speed, 92 acceleration, he has 79 hit power. Really raw, but I think he's gonna be a just fine defensive backup type. I think he can also play a little bit slot with his run stopping abilities, but he's also, I think he has enough range to play over the top, and that should be doing it. This is the entire offseason done. It was a blast to me. This draft was awesome. I thought I came away with the 2 best pass rushers in this draft class, and I really needed to because this pass rush is awful. And I came away with the number 2 overall player in this entire class with Byron Redman at safety. And then I made some more value picks. We got a good tight end. We got Caleb Burgess. And Matthew Thierry is going to get a chance in preseason to show what he can do. So I'm really excited. And that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more Texans franchise. See you in the next episode. Until then, spread some love.